Kenneth. Thank you for joining me today. First, let's talk about how we met. We met like in 2014 or 2015.
2014.
It was fall?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was my sophomore year at ODU.
Sophomore year.
Long time ago. Too. Yeah.
That is a long time. So you came to ODU, well, you started in our office in 2014 as a web designer.
Indeed, yeah.
Awesome. Moving forward, because we got to talk about how you wind up.
The origin story.
Yeah. For the viewers, Kenneth was a student working in our office, and his wife was a student working in our office. So this is how they met. And so you met Stephanie, and we know that you got married. When was your first time coming to Ecuador?
My first time coming to Ecuador was in 2017.
2017.
Yeah, it was right after I got out of basic training and went to my first duty station. Yeah, 2017. No, I lied. 2016. You know what? I don't know. One of those years. It doesn't matter. But that was my very first time, and we went and came, whatever. It didn't really hit me that, oh, I'm in Ecuador or I'm in another country, because Guayaquil is kind of like any other city for the most part. You know, got your buildings, people, cabs,
Sort of like a small DC.
Yeah. So it doesn't strike you as that, like, oh, like a culture shock per se.
Right.
It's when you go to the small towns or be in areas that's totally not, I don't want to say American, but like more city-esque, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, it's like Guayaquil is kind of like, oh, let's go to Dallas, or let's go to like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. It's a metropolitan area.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the smaller, it's like they're small towns. Okay.
It's like here in Salinas, it's like you can't really compare it to any place in the U.S.
No, not really.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But here you can tell that.
Yeah.
United States.
You're right.
But I mean, there's certain parts of the city that you can kind of feel that that change, I guess.
Yeah.
But for me, it didn't really hit me until we went to it was Tosagua in Manabi.
Okay.
That was because her family, some of her family lives up there, and this small little pueblo town. It's really nice, very scenic, it makes you want to move up there and like disconnect from the world.
Okay.
But it's like, once I got there, I was like, okay, yeah, this is.
So is it more mountains, hills, valley?
It's a little bit mountainous, but not so much.
Okay.
But it's kind of hard to describe. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's not like, hilly or mountainous, but at the same time, you do go up a little elevation, a little bit, but not much.
Okay. So you came in 2016, 2017, and how many times had you visit Ecuador before you made the decision to move to Ecuador?
I guess before we moved, it was two. My first time and then the second time.
Okay.
And that was and the second time when I came, it was to look at the house that we was at. So.
Okay.
I don't want to say that doesn't really count, but so yeah.
So what made you decide to permanently move to Ecuador? You are here permanently, right?
Yeah, until whenever.
Okay. So what made the decision?
Ultimately, it was, since me and Steph got together, she always wanted to move back home.
Okay.
She's been out her home country for a long time, so she was like, I want to move back. I'm fine with that. I don't really have I'm not really
you're not set in stone to one place.
Yeah, I can kind of move about, and then, I'm fine with being in random places. Whatever.
Right.
So it didn't really bother me, being out of, I guess, my not comfort zone, but
yeah, I get you.
Yeah. But so years go by. I want to go back. Okay, well, let's make a little plan, whatever. And then pandemic happened.
Oh yeah.
And then then I feel like once the pandemic happened, the want to come back home for her just escalated. You know what I'm saying? So we looked at places, and then we find a spot over here. Oh, and plus, she wanted to go to the beach, live by the beach.
Oh, yeah.
So it kind of influenced it too.
Okay, so now that you're here, has it been difficult to get employment?
I mean, truthfully, I haven't really seek employment here. Like, I
But
guess.
I'm saying abroad.
Oh,
like,
abroad.
Because some places won't.
Man.
They're like, oh, you're not living in the U.S. We don't want
Yeah.
to do this and that, and we don't want to pay for this, taxes, and all these different obstacles or nuances that you may come in contact with.
I'm just gonna say yes, because there was a lot of different places that I applied to where it says remote, and of course remote we tie that to being anywhere in the world, whatever. So it was like, this job is remote. All right, cool. You got to be U.S. citizen. All right, cool.
Right.
Do both. But when it comes down to the interview, and they will ask, like, where in the States are you based out of, or something like that, whatever.
Okay.
And of course, it's like, I'm not really based out anywhere in the States, because you know what I'm saying, a whole another country. And that's kind of like the deal breaker for them, even though
it's a remote job.
Yeah, it's a remote job.
But you had to be based in the States in order for them to offer you the position as remote. So you could be, so basically they need to say you need to be remote within the States. You can work anywhere within the States, but when you're talking about outside the States, abroad, it's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, sometimes it was listed, but I'll say a good 90% of like job applications I looked at, they didn't even have that listed. Like, you must reside within the States. They didn't even have that. And of course, I applied to like other countries, Europe, all throughout Europe, even here in Latin America, I applied. So. Coming from Southern Virginia. And then coming here is a big difference. You can feel it, but outside of the general, like, there's crime and stuff like that, I don't really feel that pressure, I guess, here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like the only reason why I get looks at, because, what is black dude doing here? You know what I'm saying? That's I feel like that's most of the looks that I get.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
so
we don't see that many black people here.
Yeah, it's not like a look out of like,
Yeah.
It's just
disgust.
Like, what are you doing here? Where are you from? That type of thing.
Just
whatever.
They're curious.
Yeah.
More curious, like, so where are you from? Because we get asked that, and I still have not got to that Spanish part of donde eres.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Wait, hold on, thinking. Then they said in English, where are you from?
Yeah.
And my testing me and testing Steve is totally different, because Steve picks it up every time.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like, especially when it comes to Spanish in general, if I'm not attentive, I'm not going to receive it that well. Yeah. Versus if I'm just like looking around and somebody trying to talk to me, it's like, hold on, what? Okay, start over. What did you say? I'm focused. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah, slowly. Now that you're here and you're living in Salinas, you have a car, or you taxi, taking a bus, walking. Do you do all those things, or you have your own vehicle?
Yeah, so we have our own car. We ended up finding an automatic, which is pretty clutch. But at the same time, I wouldn't mind learning how to drive manual. I was pushing stuff to, let's buy manual, so I can learn, but she wasn't buying it.
Is purchasing a vehicle a tedious process?
It can be. I mean, it's just, I would say, it's kind of like it is in the States. You know, of course, you got a car salesman. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the worst things you can do is like on a Saturday afternoon, go look at cars and then be stuck in with the car salesman. But it wasn't a hard process. The biggest thing is trying to find like making a payment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
As far as banks and stuff like that, of course, if you don't have a bank account here in Ecuador, it's a little bit difficult to, you know, transfer money in between other bank accounts, whatever. Oh, finding an automatic, that was a headache too. And also, now to think about it, it's most of the, like I see SUV type cars, here, they're a lot more expensive than over in the States.
Oh, yeah.
Because over there, we had a Kia Sportage, and it was like around 28,000 over there. Then here, that pretty much exact same one is like almost 50.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. No,
that's like double the cost.
Yeah. It's nice, but at the same time, I know when I was walking over here, one of the things I was thinking is like, man, being able to walk, you know, is really nice. You know, if I wanted to go get food, want to go to the grocery store, want to, you know, even go to the beach, or, you know, is the being able to walk is, I don't know, it's good. It's a good feeling.
It's
Most of the time, they kind of just want money.
I don't have enough to give for everybody.
You just got
true. And you just be out here paying everybody.
Oh, no, definitely not. I only had to do that once. But
you understand more.
I do, but there's still a lot of different words that I don't fully understand. Like, especially if, let's say, like fee, tax, tariff, fine. You know what I'm saying? In English, they're all different words, but they kind of mean the same thing.
Right.
It's like the same way in Spanish.
Okay.
So it's like, I understand like maybe 2 out of the 6 words just of that. You know what I'm saying? My only issue with driving here is nobody knows how to drive here. That's the biggest thing. And then right when you sit at the stoplight, you know, light red, light turn green, gang, 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 gang. Where you gotta go, sir? Where you gotta go? And another thing is, I think on the main road, there's maybe 3 lanes. Maybe 3. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have been that person where it's like, you know, the main light is red, but the turning light is green, and like I'm not gonna turn. So.
Why are you in the lane?
The light got me.
The light didn't get you.
Or either there's a person in front of me and they stopped, so I had to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got that part. Because they stopped.
And then if a dude behind me wants to take a left, it's like, I'm sorry, man. You have to wait.
So how do you like being here in Ecuador?
I like it. Well, let's take a step back. I like being in Salinas. That's a big difference than here in the city.
Okay.
It's more peaceful. It's more. There's less things to kind of worry about when you here in Salinas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a small town, and you know, for the most part, you have everything you need. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Granted, I don't have access to over 4 different kinds of light bulbs, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I only need one.
Do you need 4 different kinds of light bulbs?
Sometimes there are different ones for different, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think the biggest frustration for me is I like going online and getting the website to see what they have and see if they have what I need before.
That's like that everywhere, I feel like. And why kids the same way?
What, not having access to look at something?
Yeah, no websites, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, you just go there and like, nope. Let's figure out where we got to go next.
Yeah. Or even you go to like Google and they have like the little hours, whatever. You go there, the place doesn't even exist no more. Like,
it's not up to date.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, seen that too.
It's like, yeah, dog. Like, I'm ready to eat some food, but this place closed down 6 years ago.
It's a parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even it's a totally different place.
Or they say they have a website and you click on it and it takes you to a Facebook page.
Yeah, or Instagram or something.
Yeah, I'm like, this is not what I need.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's an adjustment.
Oh yeah, it's not like a deal breaker type thing.
No,
it's just like
it just pushes you to go out more to see what things are.
True.
And then you just have to walk around and ask.
Yeah.
You know.
And like, I guess one of the things what I really like here is that I've came across so many different little nooks and crannies just walking. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I used to do in Norfolk. I just enjoy just walking.
Right.
Oh, where does spot come from? Da, da, da. So it's like I like the fact that here you can walk a little bit more than like in the city. You kind of, in the States, there's a lot of tension, a lot of stress, like, you know, the fact that there's always foolishness happening there.
Yeah.
On the fact the racial inequality there and everything like that. So coming here is kind of like a breath of fresh air, you know?
Yeah.
It's like I don't have to kind of worry about that, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I have to worry about now is what we eat for breakfast. Or, you know what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
it's more of the small inconveniences that over here kind of gets you worried per se. But other than that, like, I enjoy it. Like, yeah, granted, I might not speak the language full blown, but it's not that I'm fully helpless. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you're adapting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very adaptable to, you know, picking up. Like you only need a few words out of that sentence. You catch it. Yeah.
And then it's like, I know I have a little hand dictionary, but I've learned just from being out here, walking around, going to the stores and stuff, then that little dictionary, even though the dictionary would be helpful and beneficial, but the fact that I'm always walking or asking questions or trying to figure out, or what's this word? What is the word? Okay. Am I using it right? Okay. Is this the right, not participle, but you know.
I got you.
The whole thing is just the right way to say it. That has helped a lot.
When you do make a connection with some Ecuadorians, they're more willing to help you with Spanish, and they're like, oh, you know, if you help me with English, because their English is not so good. So it kind of balances off.
Yeah, I would, point out too, is that well, I feel like it could be the case for any language, but it's a little bit easier to, or a little bit quicker to learn it if the other person speaks a little bit of your language or whatever. Yeah. Wherever the case may be. Yeah. Might not be full blown.
Right, but enough.
Yeah, enough to kind of, it's not that word, it's this. Or do you mean chair, you know what I'm saying, and not table, you know what I'm saying? Right. Stuff like that. So that really helps out a lot.
What other places within Ecuador do you want to visit?
Anywhere and everywhere. That's my answer for everything when it comes to traveling, just anywhere and everywhere. Of course, I want to go to Esmeraldas, want to go to Quito, to Cuenca, to the Amazon, to just everywhere.
Yeah. Ecuador has, like, when we've been to those places, we've been to, not Esmeralda, but Quito, Cuenca, Mendo, Otavalo, Cotacachi, Olan.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
You all took us to Oyangue.
Oh, yeah.
And San Pablo.
Puerto Lopez, did we go?
Puerto Lopez. No. We went Puerto Lopez when we went to Malta.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But just seeing the coast, along, it's amazing. Yeah. It's amazing. The country, just to see where it has mountains, valleys, coast, you know, just seeing the different temperatures or the environment is gorgeous. Yeah. Like, it's beautiful. Like, I feel like there's no place we've been that wasn't beautiful. I mean, you know, people talk about Guayaquil, but Guayaquil has its special parts too. Yeah. You just got to be able to see it, not be narrow-minded and just think about crime. Yeah. You got to be open to see the other parts that.
How much crime in Guayaquil though?
Okay, Kenneth, what would be your advice to people in your age bracket if they want to move to Ecuador or anywhere abroad?
The first thing that I would say is to just travel in general before thinking about moving anywhere. Whether you want to go to South America or Europe or, somewhere in Asia, at least stay there for 2 weeks to get a feel for it. And especially go to the place where you think about moving to, like more specifically. Right. That way you can see like the day-to-day life and see how it is, especially if it's like a touristy place. Because being in a place when it's season for tourists versus not is totally different thing. And this is like for here, like during seasons, a lot of people on the weekends and stuff.
Right.
But when it's all seasons, like it's dead majority of the time.
Majority of the time, yeah.
But I would say that's the most important step, is to just go there before. Because you're going to have that idea like, oh yeah, I want to go there and live. And then you spend all this money and time and all your savings, everything to get over there. And then it's like, I hate it here. I want to go home,
Yeah. One of the things people should do, you can take a cruise to visit any destination, but like you said, you're going to be in the tourist area.
Yeah.
Because we came here off season, right at the end of high season, going into off season. So we kind of got a little bit of what high season would be like. But for me, high season is fine. I'm more for off season.
Yeah.
Because usually people come in on the weekend, so you still see some of that. And then during the week, it's very calm. That's for me. That's what I like.
And then too, is like being in a place that caters to like Americans is a lot different from being in the local spots. It's like there's a place down the way called Locals Point.
Yes.
The food is decent and stuff, but the prices is crazy. And it's like for the
American prices.
Yeah, and it's like it's not worth it, especially if you want to have the authentic experience, whatever. Versus go behind the house, you can get you can feed a family of like 6 for like $30. You know what I'm saying? If you want to live anywhere, see how the people live, because at the end of the day, they're there for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
They've been here. They know. So
their lives are here. Everything is here. So it's like, I'm not gonna go somewhere and be like, oh, the touristy. I'm gonna go to a Starbucks in some random country. Like, nah, dude. Go to the local coffee shop.
Yeah, and that's what we do. So your advice is to, kind of steer away from the Americanized restaurants and visit the locals restaurant and get a cultural experience. Yeah.
And then too, also make sure you kind of know a little bit about the culture. So you're not doing anything disrespectful or rude, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know a little bit about the laws. I don't know, just kind of like basic things. But
research.
Of course, when it comes to laws and culture and stuff like that, you can kind of do research, or you might know somebody, a friend of a friend, that's from there or the general area, whatever. But my biggest takeaway, I would say, is to just go there for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get out your comfort zone a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's people that go to certain places and it's like, oh yeah, I went to Colombia. What place did you, where in Colombia did you go? Just this one place that's really touristy. Like, did you really go then?
Yeah. Did you visit any other places?
Yeah.
Final question. Do you think moving in or living abroad is only for retired people?
That's kind of in my mind, I guess, just from being socialized, I think retirement equals like 65 and up. Mm-hmm. I would say no, because that's probably the worst time to want to move somewhere. Because if I'm 65, 70, 75, I don't want to move then, but no. If you're able to, financially right, you know what I'm saying, whether you're married, single, whatever, make sure your family's in order or on the same side as you wanted to come to move, whatever. But it's just go. The worst thing that can happen is I don't like it here, you gotta go back. You know what I'm saying? And it's waiting until you retire is the worst time.
Well, it's for some, not everybody.
Yeah.
Because some people, when they retire, they're in good health. They, they still vibrant.
True.
And doing things. I mean, I've seen some retired people. They don't look like they should be retired.
True. But at the end of the day, a move in general is hell.
Oh yeah.
And a move abroad, another other language,
yes,
other entire system.
Yes.
It's a headache. You know what I'm saying? Even when we came, it was a low key shit show.
Right.
But of course, we got through it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if you have pets, man, take your time. Take your time if you have pets. My goodness, but just expect the worst.
Just expect the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have thought about that too. Just expect the worst, because the worst did happen. So. Okay, well, I appreciate you joining me today and sharing your experience, your journey with us and our viewers. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And again, Kenneth, thank you for joining me.
Is there little buttons going to be somewhere?
Steve will find it. We're doing this
somewhere. I don't know.
Bye.